research has come out recently, perhaps disproving something that the world has thought for a very, very, very long time. See, what research has showed for a long time when it comes to men and women cohabitating is that men want intelligent women. They want intelligent women above all else. Here's an example of what research has shown up until very recently. Professor David Bainbridge, University of Cambridge, released some information this year that said this: the main thing that men are looking for is intelligence. Surveys have shown time and time again that this is the first thing men look for. It shows that she will be able to look after his children and that her parents were probably intelligent as well, suggesting that she was raised well. So that was the common held belief until this point. However, research has just come out sort of disproving that, Dominic George.
Were you surprised, really? I mean, it reminds, the first thing I thought when I read this one, it reminds me of the joke with the guy, and he has the three women, he lines them up and he takes them all out of prospective wives and he says, oh, this one was into the same things I was into, this one cooked me dinner every night, this one yada yada, so who'd you choose? Punchline is, well, I chose the one who was the most endowed. And to me, that just reeked of this. People have been lying up until this point where they say, men have been lying where they answer the surveys and say intelligent women.
Well, that's exactly the situation. The latest research, which has just come out, hasn't been published yet, it's online, it's going to be published in hard form by November, I think it is, has basically said they did the same survey, the same test with a group of people, and they asked them the same question. They asked all these guys, what do you find attractive, in a female partner? And they all said intelligence, intelligence, intelligence. And then what they did was they put them in a room and got them to mingle with women who they identified to these men that were smarter than them, that did better on tests than them. And what happened, I've got quite a few here, it says that these men, distanced themselves from the women more. They tended to rate the woman as less attractive and showed less desire to exchange contact information or plan a date with the woman in question.
Exactly.
So even now, what's happened is research at the start of it is saying, men are saying, yes, intelligent women, but when push comes to shove and put in the situation, apparently it's a shock to me that men are shallow.
Yeah, gee, big shock. When push comes to shove, as I just illustrated to you earlier, this doesn't surprise me, Pat Brittenden, one iota. Now, from personal experience, I mean, my wife is 1,000 times more intelligent than I'll ever be. But in saying that, I know everyone that I know, male, at some stage has gone, you know what, it's the look, it's the appearance thing, you know that.
I wonder if there's that element. I heard someone once say that obviously when you see someone across a crowded room, the first thing you do is you see what they look like.
Yeah, of course it is.
So I wonder if this is the immediate attraction could always be looks, no matter if you're smart, not smart, good looking, not looking. But then once you get to know someone, I wonder if you were to ask, for example, these same 100 and they were married men for 10 years.
Yeah, that's right.
Is it the looks or is it the personality? So I wonder if this is more about the initial, I'm struggling here, I'm treading water a little bit here for men, but I wonder if it's just about the initial contact.
Well, think of it 30 years down the line and you've been with the same person, let's say, for 30 years down the line. I mean, the looks are going to wear off at some stage, and my God, you don't want, basically to be talking to a brick wall for the next 30 years, do you? So it's got to come into it at some point, but it must be the initial attraction. And as I said to you, mate, this just doesn't surprise me one bit.
And probably actually after 30 years, most women will find out that they're smarter than most men anyway. So even
Which
if it
is
was,
probably by and large true.
If it was the attraction to start off with, by the end of the marriage, as you go through the marriage, intelligence is the only thing that matters.
Exactly.
And men prove themselves to be idiots.
Men are shallow idiots.